the new winner, which is going to be in December. And I hope this program will continue for the future and we'll have more cars to give. Congratulations in advance.
Good evening to you and welcome to World Now at 4. I am Peace Ogenegbawe. Welcome. First, let's talk the headlines. FG hails German government on repatriation of Benin bronzes. Former Algeria president's brother jailed. Bali reopens to international flight, but no tourists in sight. And on sport, UEFA announces bidding process for Euro 2028 hosts. Now the news in detail. The federal government of Nigeria has hailed the German government for the repatriation of Benin artifacts from the European country. It was gathered that about 1,130 pieces of Benin bronzes are expected to be returned to Nigeria next year, with Germany expressing its readiness and willingness to decide to return the items, thus becoming the first country to do so. As part of moves to achieve this, the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, received the German government's delegation that came to Nigeria for the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding. According to a statement issued by Segun Adeyemi, the spokesman of the minister, Mohammed said the MOU marked the beginning of efforts that will culminate in the signing in December 2021 of the agreement of the repatriation of the Benin bronzes. Mohammed said a team of experts will leave Nigeria very soon to engage with stakeholders in Germany on the repatriation of the artifacts. The absence of Justice Obiora Egwatu of the Federal High Court, Abuja, on Thursday stalled the rearrangement of a former National Publicity Secretary of a political party, Olisa Metu, over alleged 400 million naira fraud. It was gathered that the court had, on September 28, fixed today for Metu's rearrangement following Egwatu's inability to sit that day. The case, which was 16th on the Thursday's case list, however, could not proceed again due to the trial judge's absence. Egwatu was reportedly said to be attending judge's seminar in Lagos State, and the court therefore fixed February 15, 2022 for former spokesman's retrial. It had been earlier gathered that the Court of Appeal, Abuja, on December 16, 2020, nullified a federal high court's judgment that convicted and sentenced Metu to 7 years imprisonment for money laundering. The leader of the Islamic State's West Africa province, that is a swap jihadist group, Abu Musad al-Barnawi, is dead. Nigeria's top military commander said this on Thursday. According to reports, ISWAP has not given any confirmation of al-Barnawi's death, and Nigeria's military has claimed before to have killed jihadist commanders only for them to reappear. The country's chief of defense staff, Lucky Irabo, told reporters authoritatively that al-Barnawi is dead without giving details on how or when the death had occurred. And now for some COVID-19 update. Nigeria has recorded 251 new cases of COVID-19 in 14 states, bringing the total to 208,404 in 36 states of the country plus the FCT. According to the latest information released by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, that is NCDC, FCT reported 78 cases, Lagos 46, Kaduna 27, Rivers 21, Imo 16, Edo 13, Delta 12, Plateau 10, Niger 7, Bauchi and Kwara reported 6 cases each, Akwa Ibom 4, Benue 3, and Nasarawa recorded 2 cases. A total of 196,123 persons have been discharged, and the number of deaths is 2,761. So the number of active cases is 9,520. When the news returns, news from other parts of Africa. Do stay with us. Welcome back. Cape Verde is preparing towards the next general election scheduled on October 17, with the outgoing president, Jorge Carlos Fonseca, having indicated that the runoff will take place on October 31. The presidential decree setting the dates for the runoff was issued on July 27 and went into effect immediately, although the schedule has been under discussions since January 2021. According to reports, already the head electoral commission, Arlinda Chantre, has guaranteed a free and fair poll as the preparations continue. Cape Verde's largest political parties, the African Party for the Independence of Cape Verde, that is PAICV, and the Movement for Democracy, that is MPB, nominated José Maria Neves and Carlos Veiga, respectively. José Maria Neves, who is a former Cape Verdean Prime Minister who was elected 3 times between 2001 and 2016, is touted to win this election. He has also held several political positions, such as president of his party and national deputy. The U.S. President Joe Biden is scheduled to meet Thursday with his Kenyan counterpart, Uhuru Kenyatta, the first African leader invited to the White House under the current administration. The 2 leaders will discuss the strong U.S.-Kenyan bilateral relationship and the need to bring transparency and accountability to domestic and international financial systems. The White House gave these head-ups ahead of the meeting. In the investigation published shortly after the release of the Pandora Papers, Kenyatta, who has stated his intent to fight corruption, is said to own, together with 6 family members, a network of 11 offshore companies, one of which is valued at $30 million US. According to a White House statement, the 2 leaders are also expected to talk about efforts to defend democracy and human rights, advance peace and security, accelerate economic growth, and tackle climate change. We move to other parts of the world after this break. Do stay with us.
This is Fadi Jawdi. I'm the director of Mikano International Limited group of companies. First of all, we would like to welcome you here in your office, in our office, and we would like first of all again to congratulate you on your new program. It's a new program, right? Okay, and to congratulate the new winner, which is going to be in December. And I hope this program will continue for the future and we'll have more cars to give. Congratulations in advance. This is Fadi Jawdi. I'm the director of Meccano International Limited group of companies. First of all, we would like to welcome you here in your office, in our office, and we would like first of all again to congratulate you on your new program. It's a new program, right? Okay, and to congratulate the new winner, which is going to be in December. And I hope this program will continue for the future and we'll have more cars to give. Congratulations in advance.
Welcome back. Bali reopened to international flights from select countries on Thursday, including China, Japan, and France, as the pandemic struck Indonesian holiday island took a step towards welcoming back tourists. But authorities in Bali, which lost its primary source of income as tourism dried up, said there were no international flights expected on Thursday. Foreign visitors must be vaccinated, quarantined in a hotel for 5 days, and follow strict visa requirements under new entry rules for travelers. The partial reopening, however, does not include Australians, a key source of the millions of tourists who flocked to the palm-fringed island before the pandemic. Indonesia was previously devastated by the highly contagious Delta variant of the virus. This made them record more than 56,000 new COVID cases in just one day in mid-July. The government announced emergency restrictions in the hardest hit areas, shutting down non-essential businesses and limiting people's movement. Norway Security Service, that is PST, has said that a deadly bow and arrow attack in Norway, which left 5 people dead, appears to have been an act of terror. However, a motive has not yet been determined. The suspect, a 37-year-old Danish citizen, had converted to Islam, and there were fears he had been radicalized, according to police. He is accused of killing 4 women and a man on Wednesday night in the southern town of Kongsberg, and residents have been deeply shaken by the violence. Flags were flown at half-mast on Thursday, while flowers and other memories were placed in Kongsberg main square. The victims were all aged between 50 and 70, and Regional Police Chief Ole Bedrup Saiverod had told reporters at the Thursday morning news briefing. And now to Lebanon, where at least 5 have been confirmed dead in Lebanon as gunfire broke out as Hezbollah and its allies had been protesting for the removal of the judge leading the inquiry into the Beirut blast last year. The Lebanese capital descended into chaos as gunfire was exchanged in the center of the city as violence erupted. There was a large military presence on the streets of the Lebanese capital, and gunfire involving snipers, pistols, rifles, and rocket-propelled grenades were seen, and the clashes continued even after the army arrived. And now to business news. Bank of England's Deputy Governor, John Conleaf, has affirmed that cryptocurrencies need regulations as a matter of urgency, stressing that crypto technologies do not pose a risk to financial stability at the moment. In a speech John said there are very good reasons to think that this might not be the case for much longer, as a future cryptocurrency collapse could spread through markets, and he warned. A severe fall in the value of crypto assets, for example to zero, could force investors who have taken on debt with brokers to find cash to pay them. He added that bringing the crypto world effectively within the regulatory perimeter will help ensure that the potentially very large benefits of the application of this technology to finance can flourish in a sustainable way. We join Aynan Lubem for sports news. Do stay with us.
Good evening and welcome to Sport News on World Now at 4. I am Aynan Lubem. Bafana Bafana's most recognizable supporter, Saddam Maki, is a familiar face in football stadiums across South Africa. According to reports, for the first time in 18 months, he was back in the stands as the country's national team faced Ethiopia in a World Cup qualifying match at FNB Stadium. Maki was among a small number who were allowed to watch the clash in Soweto as part of a pilot event for fans returning to sporting events after restrictions during the coronavirus pandemic, and told reports of his excitement. Last month, South Africa's Football Association, SAFA president Danny Jordan announced free tickets will be available to fans attending the match, provided they show proof of being vaccinated against COVID-19. Ahead of Saturday's clash against Juventus in the Serie A, Roma midfielder Jordan Verrataut has revealed that Jose Mourinho has changed the winning mentality of the players. In an interview with correspondents, Verrataut said since the arrival of the Portuguese tacticians, things have changed for the club. He also noted that the players go extra mile to impress Mourinho in a bid to fit into his plans. He said the team always play to win, and that is the club's objectives going to Turin. While commenting on the weekend's game, he revealed that winning away to Juventus would be an important result, and if the team continues like this, they can go very far. And that's just sport news on World Now at 4. Back to Peace for the rest of the news.
Thank you, Aynan Lubem. Welcome back. Now to the rest of the story. The Rolling Stones band has dropped one of their biggest hit players from their US tour. It follows unease with the depiction of black women and references to slavery in the song, which reached #1 in the US in 1971. The band's veteran guitarist, Keith Richards, confirmed the decision to the LA Times, but said he was confused by people who wanted to bury the track. He said they didn't understand that it was a song about the horrors of slavery, and the 77-year-old musician concluded that he is hoping that they will be able to resurrect the babe in her glory somewhere along the track. Singer and co-writer Mick Jagger, meanwhile, told the paper that the reason for not playing the song was that it was tough to compile a set list for stadium shows. He says they've played Brown Sugar every night since 1970, so sometimes they think it will take one out from them and see how it goes. He said they might put it back in, but over the years, Brown Sugar has been the band's second most played song live after Jumpin' Jack Flash, according to reports. The rock band last performed it in Miami, Florida in 2019, the final date of that leg of their North American tour, which resumed last month. And that's the world now at 4. But before we go, here are the headlines again. We told you that the federal government of Nigeria has hailed their German counterpart on repatriation of Benin bruises. We also told you that the former Algerian president's brother has been jailed. Bali is also reopened to international flight, but no tourist is in sight. And on sports, we told you that UEFA has announced bidding process for Euro 2028 hosts. Remember to visit us on Facebook at Hills TV, Instagram at Hills TV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Hills TV. I am Peace Ogenegbawe. Thank you for watching.